How's it going, guys? I'm Danny, and this is everything you need to know about release. The first key to a proper release is a good grip, and there are 3 parts to a good grip. The first part of a good grip is nose down. I like to make sure I can hold the disc out in front of me, nose down. If I'm having problems with this, I take the disc and I put the rim under this fleshy part of my pointer finger here, and then I just wrap my fingers around, and that means the disc is going to stay nose down. The second part of a good grip is a strong grip. I wrap all 4 fingers around so all of them are holding onto the disc as tight as possible. And this is because I want to hold onto the disc as long as possible while my arm is extending. And the third thing is a consistent release point. My release point is always this first knuckle on my pointer finger here. And that's whether I'm throwing a drive, an upshot, or a putt. This is always going to be my release point, and that adds a lot of consistency to my game. Next is an early release. I see a lot of beginners struggle with this. It's where they release the disc in front of their chest or just a little bit past, and they're not really extending the arm all the way to get that maximum power. So if you're having this problem, chances are it's rounding and turning the shoulders too early, trapping the disc outside, because then the arm can't extend forward. And the other problem is pulling the disc by the front. I like to make sure my hand's on the outside of the disc because this is a strong position for my wrist here, and that means that I can really hold onto the disc all the way. Next, I'm going to talk about off-axis torque. Now, when a disc is spinning, it's spinning around an axis in the middle of the disc. And I want all of the force that I impart on the disc to be in line with the disc around this axis. I don't want any sort of up or down outside of this axis because that's called off-axis torque, and that causes wobble. The most common culprit of off-axis torque is turning the hand down at the release. This means the thumb is flicking the rim here, and it's going to cause it to wobble. Lots of newer players do this because it lets them throw faster drivers because the wobble will flip them over, but they have the big rim so they'll catch and come back. So if you're having problems with wobble on your throw, I'd recommend throwing mid-ranges and putters because they don't have as much weight around the edge. They're not going to catch as easily and fade back. Now, wobble is bad because it adds drag and a lot of inconsistency to the game. So next is my follow-through. Now, like I said before, I want all of my force to be with the disc around the axis. And that means I want my follow-through to be on the same plane as my shot. And what I mean by that is if I'm throwing a hyzer, my disc is coming through on this angle, so I want my follow-through to be on the same plane as this. So if my disc is a hyzer, I want my follow-through to be up. So I follow through up like that. Just the opposite if I'm coming through on an anhyzer, I want my follow-through to be on the same plane as this disc here, so I want my follow-through to be down. And for a flat shot, I want to make sure my follow-through is flat around. Okay, so that's all I've got for this week. Let me know if you have any questions. I need suggestions for a topic for next week. So let me know if you have any of those. I love reading the comments, so keep those coming. And until next week, remember, slow is smooth and smooth is far.